You know what? Fine. Fine. I'll talk about it. Unscripted though, because I'm not going to give any more of my time or mental energy to this sort of tripe, okay? Cool. If you like what I do, please subscribe to the channel and make sure that going through videos like this is actually worth it, because, you know, I've done a video on this before. It is on the channel about female custodians in 40k and how it doesn't matter going forwards. Got a lot of backlash for that, for all the wrong reasons in my opinion, but we'll get into that in a minute. Please like the video if you do like the video, because it does help me out in the old algorithm. And if you want access to these videos 48 hours early now, go over to the Patreon, become a member there, and you can become somebody who gets access to these videos much earlier than everybody else. You can lord it over everybody and say that you already knew what North was going to say when these things come up on live stream. Alright? Cool. Let's dive in to this topic that is the bane of my existence. First of all, I need to lay out my boilerplate disclaimer of what my actual opinion on this is, right? Okay. I do not agree that female custodians need to be a part of Warhammer 40,000's lore. I don't. I don't think it's needed, and I think the way that Games Workshop handled it was amateur hour. Not only that, it was insulting to their fans and didn't need to be done. I know why Games Workshop are doing it, for diversity reasons. Also, I think they're also trying to make the Custodies the 40k version of the Stormcast Eternals, who do have female members. It just smacks me in the face when you do it in such a way where they say to you, hey, that lore you liked for 20 odd years, yeah, that doesn't matter anymore, we're changing it. Whoa, 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 go back. What do you mean? Yeah, you don't get a vote. You don't get a vote. This isn't your IP. And I understand that. But it also means that any Custodies player who doesn't want to play Custodies now, anybody who thinks that Custodies are utterly lame now, which is a lot of people, dude, the amount of Custodies armies I've seen on eBay, right? I'm just going to say that, right? Where people just go, do you know what? These are lame, and I don't want to... Can you imagine being a Custodies player going into a store, right? And you've got your Custodies army there. You know there's a controversy around them, but you really like Custodies, and all you get from fellow 40k absolute tards, all you get is jokes about female custodians all day. You'd sell your army, dude. You'd be like, this is exhausting, I hate this. Get on eBay. Do you know what I mean? There's only so much anybody can take. So if you want to make your army really, really divisive, as well as diversive, and lame, do what you just did, Games Workshop. Good on you. But I did find a really cool article going through just what in the hell is going on in terms of female custodians. I'm not sure who these people are. Adeptus Ars, I don't know who they are. Don't know what their website is like, but this was quite a well-written article. It wasn't too bad at all. And it basically goes into why there is such a controversy. We know how it started, right? In 10th edition, we had female custodians being announced in the Custodians faction, and then we obviously had Games Workshop doing something as idiotic as this on their official Warhammer thing over there, their Twitter, where they said, you know, since the first of the 10,000 were created, there have always been female custodians. That is, I'm going to be honest with you, people outside the hobby don't get how much of a big deal that is. Okay? Not just in the lore, because it is a big deal in the lore, but also in how talking down to you is that. Right? You're just stupid. You're just stupid because you don't understand that we're changing the lore to be more diverse, and you're an idiot if you don't get it. That's what this says. Right? That's the context there. They're treating you like you're an idiot because you've read the lore. And this actual post here does a very, very, very good job of showing you where in the lore people might have a bit of an issue, right? The men. Brotherhood, you know? They're men. They're not women, right? That kind of a thing. And again, I'm not going to sit here and pretend that everybody campaigning against female custodians is a good faith actor. Listen, those are in every single group ever, right? When you get idiots coming in who say, look, we don't want women in our hobby, blah, 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 blah. I know those guys exist, right? But there are far more guys, I'm talking a multitude more of guys, just like me, who want the law to be left alone, please. Especially when you've got really cool pieces of the law, like the Sisters of Silence. They sit there, underdeveloped and underused. They are never, ever in anything ever, right? And yet when they do turn up in the law, as in the Carrion Throne and other books like it, Watchers on the Throne and all that, right, yeah? Those books about custodians. Number one, there are no female custodians in those books. Shock horror. And number two, we have Sisters of Silence. And they are some of the coolest characters in those books. There is a Sister of Silence in the Horus Heresy books who literally cannot be seen. Right? She's that much of a psychic blank. She just blots herself out from your worldview, right? When she's finally killed, it is in a quite a comical way, to be honest with you. Because obviously you have Khan the Betrayer there swinging away, and his kill counter goes up one, and he's like, I didn't kill anybody there, what happened there? You know, he just swung backwards and killed her by accident, sort of a thing. It's kind of a silly way to die, but a very cool faction. I would buy an army of these. If you brought out the Sisters of Silence as an actual army, right, with vehicles and with cooler, all different types of badass babes and power armor who are psychic gnolls who can literally shut down psychic powers, I would pay for an army of these. Absolutely. Yeah, that will do me, thank you very much. I think the Sisters of Battle are some of the greatest models Games Workshop actually make. They're amazing looking models. We have female representation in Warhammer 40,000. It's just Games Workshop aren't happy with that because people like Games Workshop aren't happy with their own thing. No. They want your thing. They want your thing. They're not happy having their own, they want yours. You know? Yeah. It's the very same reason why people say that, you know these idiotic people who say that, women should be allowed to play in the Premier League in football, or they should be allowed to play in the NBA, men's NBA, right? Again, there is a women's NBA tournament out there. There is a women's NBA. It's called the WNBA, right? And it's subsidized by the male component of that sport because it makes a lot more money. So we basically pay for the WNBA to exist. Right? Men do, right? Do women go and watch the WNBA? No. No. They don't support it. Why? Because they don't want their own thing. They want your thing. They want to be in the NBA. They don't want their own thing. They want your thing. Right? Sisters of Silence and the Sisters of Battle is women having their own thing in the Imperium. That's cool. Awesome. But they don't want that. They want your thing. At least that's what Games Workshop will have you believe by their own behaviour, right? But most of the women I speak to in the hobby couldn't care less about having female Space Marines or female custodians. They feel quite well represented right now, thank you very much. And the more Games Workshop push this kind of thing, the more people resent them in the hobby. And that's not a good thing, right? Heightening resentment of women in the hobby is not good, Games Workshop. It's not good. It's like you don't know who your player base is. It will be over 95% men. Right? Let's be honest. Okay? Most of the girls I know in 40k play Necrons, Tyranids, or Sisters of Battle. Those are the three ones. Oh, Eldar as well. Apparently Dark Eldar's pretty big and up and coming as well. Those are the 4 or 5 big armies that they tend to play. Alright? They don't care about being Space Marines. They don't care about being Custodies. Those are male things. Those are male fantasies. Those are something that are mostly male in the way that you think, oh, I'd love to be in Astartes. How cool are they? How cool are Space Marines, dude? How cool are Custodians, dude? I'm going to go to the gym so I can look like that, right? That's a male thing to think. So let us have our thing. And let women have their own thing in the hobby, right? And yes, women can collect Space Marines and men can collect Sisters of Battle. Right? No problem with that. That's fine. Go and do what you want to do, right? But in terms of representation, just have it there. You're already doing it. Why are you feeling the need to really annoy 95% of your customer base? And if you're a guy and you don't get why people are upset by this, don't be in the hobby. Okay? Go find another hobby to do. I'm serious. Put your models down. I'm taking you away. I'm kicking you out. Right? I'm kicking you out. You're gone. I know people are going to say, "Oh, who does this guy think he is?" No. I'm being serious. Just know there is somebody on YouTube who doesn't want you here. All right? If you don't get this, you're not wanted. Go away. Right? I'll do what Games Workshop do or try to do to us all the time. I'll fight fire with fire. We don't want you here. All right? Piss off. Piss off. Go play, bloody Magic the Gathering or whatever it is you folks play over there. Go do whatever you want. Go over there. Okay? I don't think female custodians matter. And even I get why people are upset. 40k is one of the last bastions of, male hobbies. It's a male thing. It's something we love. And we like spending our time with. We like meeting our friends in this hobby, right? We think the lore is sacrosanct because it's grown slowly over time. And there haven't been very many real shifts in the lore. Even the Great Rift was just it's a big change, but it's a natural continuation of the story, right? It's just that we've never moved forward in the story before, so, it was a big shock to everybody, but it was a natural continuation, right? Was it strange? And by the way, if you think people not liking female custodians are somehow sexist, these same people didn't like Belisarius Call. Or the Primaris Marines, either. I'm telling you now. These same people looked at the Primaris Marines and went, "That's lame, dude. That's lame." Right? Just bring out updated Space Marines. We don't need these new super duper Space Marines. Just update the sculpts. We'd be fine with it. We'd be fine with it. Just update the Space Marine sculpts to be more cool looking. We'd be okay with that. Bringing in the Primaris Marines, unnecessary. Bringing in Belisarius Call, unnecessary. Right? Figure out a clever way for Rabute Gilliman to come back. Right? Does he need to go to Terra straight away and fight Magnus the Red and all this other nonsense? No. No. Right? These same people who are talking about female custodians like this are the same people who have real problems with the lore having huge shifts in general. Are there intolerant people in there? Yes. Of course there are. Just as there are in every movement ever, right? In every movement ever, there's always bad actors who are doing it for the wrong reasons. That's not controversial, right? But lore purists, people who love the lore of Warhammer 40,000, are against female custodians. Not because it's just a woman thing, we don't want women in our hobby. No, we happen to feel that they've got representation in the hobby already. Everything's already there for them. Okay? It's a bastardization and demystification of the lore that we hold so dear, that worries us and troubles us and angers us. That's the problem. Okay? Now, having said all that, having backed you up for quite a while now, let's be honest, right? I'm going to say something else here. I'm going to say something else. Female custodians don't matter. Why? Because Games Workshop are no longer the custodians of the Warhammer 40,000 hobby. You are. If you're watching this video, you've agreed with anything that I've said, you are the custodian of your hobby. Why? Because you are the one who controls who plays at your table and when and who you play with, right? If you are facing somebody who thinks that female custodians are totally fine and dandy and you're just a bigot for not liking it, don't play that person. Walk away. Say, listen, you're not welcome around my table. Go away. Right? Go away. If that's what you think of me, go away. You're not welcome here. Goodbye. Gatekeep. Gatekeep your little hearts out. It doesn't matter what Games Workshop say. It doesn't matter. Warhammer 40,000 is yours, not theirs. They may own the intellectual property, but they're not the ones putting in the most time and effort into building out this setting. Most 40k books are ignored. Do you know why? Because they're fucking shite. That's why. They're absolute dog's dinner. Rubbish, right? That is why 90% of them are completely ignored by most of the fan base. Nobody cares. So why do you care now that they're talking about female custodians? I know what people will say. Well, it's a slippery slope, blah, blah, blah. Dude, we're not even... The slippery slope argument's gone, right? We're already at the bottom of the slippery slope, right? The hobby in Games Workshop is only going one way. It's only ever going to get more diverse, and nothing you do is going to change that. Nothing you do is going to change that. If you want to stay in the hobby, nothing you do is going to change what Games Workshop are going to do to the hobby. They're going to make it more diverse. We will have female Space Marines eventually, right? As much as I loathe the idea, it's coming. It's coming, whether you like it or not. You can't control that. Do not devote energy into trying to control what Games Workshop do. You're only going to push them towards doing it even more. What you do is you look at what Games Workshop are doing, you say, fuck off, and you go and walk away and you do your own hobby on your own time. You play alternatives, like one-page rules. You get your models from resellers. You go on eBay. You go on second-hand stores. Things like that to get your models. You don't pump any more money into this machine. It's not a hard thing to do. Listen, I've gone and got the Skaven Tide box set because I got it really well sourced, right? Using my credit at a store that I used to do shout-outs for on the channel, right? So I didn't pay for it, right? But I was going to pay for it. Do you know what I was going to do? I went on eBay, I only wanted the Stormcast Eternal half, and I saw it for 50, 60 quid, put in an offer, right? I had to cancel that because I got the box in the end for free, which is great. But I was ready to pay somebody with a really good reviews on eBay, 60 quid. Instead of paying 120 quid for models I don't want, I paid 60 quid for the models I actually want from a big box set. Do things like that. Cut Games Workshop out completely. The only way they're ever going to get any sort of message from you is if you vote with your wallet and say, piss off, you're trying to ruin my hobby, so you are not welcome at my table anymore, Games Workshop. Just like all of these idiots who don't get why I'm angry about female custodians, they're not welcome at my table, and neither are you. Piss off. That's what you do. You don't sit there on the internet complaining and ranting and raving about female custodians because it's going to change anything. It's not. The reason I did that before is to show you where I am, where my thought process is, so you know how I'm approaching the subject. Okay? Because a lot of people hear me say female custodians don't matter, so stop getting annoyed about it, and they get their backs up, they get the little foo-foos hurt, and they start going, oh, well, how can you say that? Well, my toy soldiers. Oh, shut your face. Shut your face. Alright? Just stop. Stop letting toy soldiers run your life and get your back up and so annoyed about things, okay? Games Workshop don't give a shit about you, and they don't matter. It doesn't matter what they say. They could come out tomorrow and say that all Space Marines are female and pink and wear rainbow-coloured flags on the backs. It wouldn't matter, because what you do at your table is your business, not theirs. Stop letting these people in. Stop it. Just be a grown-up. Be an adult. Right? Put your big boy pants on and vote with your wallet. You don't need to buy those models this month, dude. You need to go out with your friends, have a few pints, and talk about how fucking stupid female custodians are. That's what I think, anyway. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. And this animation, by the way, the most stupid thing I've ever seen in my entire life. The fact that this actual chode on the picture here looks into the camera and says, "You must obey." Oh, really, Games Workshop? Really, really ham-fisted, you know what I mean? Message to the fans there. Go Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. I'm well aware this video is getting demonetized. Go fuck yourself. Honest to God. Get these people out. And this is what I mean. This company is so stupid and vapid and filled with mouth breathers that if you let them dictate how you feel about your hobby and what you have in your hobby, in your head canon, in the stories you write and the stories you tell on the tabletop, if you let them have a share in that, you're a fucking moron. You're a moron. Get off of Reddit for 5 minutes. That's my suggestion to you. Don't engage with it. Cut them out. Don't engage with it. If they want female custodians, let them have them. Let them have them. Who cares? Who cares? Games Workshop are not the arbiters of Warhammer 40,000, and they haven't been for a good 10, 20 years. It's us. We're the power here. We hold the power. We hold the wallets. They can't make you spend money on things. Alright? Vote with your wallet, walk away. Do what I did. Right? I get my models from eBay, dude. Every model I get from eBay. Whether it be Space Marines or whatever. I don't pay Games Workshop a fucking dime. I don't give them money. Cut them out. They don't matter. Well, whatever they do to the hobby doesn't matter. Because they can't control how you engage with it, dude. They can't. Right? And there are 90-odd% of the people in this hobby are people just like us. Do you really think they're going to change the hobby by just saying there are now female custodians? Dude, it's ridiculed across the board. We're always going to be here. Old greybeards are always going to be here liking 40k. Alright? It just is what it is. They're never going to get rid of us. And do you know what? It must really irk them to know that we're never going anywhere. We are the hobby, not them. That must really get under their skin. In fact, I know it does. Right? It must really get under their skin. That no matter what they do, no matter what tripe they come out with, it never changes the fact that no matter what they do, it doesn't matter. Who cared about the Arcs of Omen? Put your hands up. If you gave a shit about the Arcs of Omen, put your hand up. Right? Okay? Yeah. Exactly. Nobody gave a shit, right? Did you care about Gilliman coming back? Really? 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 You know, unless you're an Ultramarine fan. Yeah. It's cool, but meh. You know? Do you know what lore I care about? The Night Lords trilogy. That's the kind of lore I care about. Because that's 40k lore. That kind of thing. That's 40k lore. Right there. You know? The first 3 Horus Heresy books. That's 30k lore. Relating to 40k. That's the kind of lore I care about. As soon as they start screwing with that, then I'm going to get my back up, yes. But in terms of the general story of 40k, they can do what they want. Have unicorns riding across space and time, solving everybody's problems with love and friendship. I don't care. You do what you want, Games Workshop. You don't matter. You don't get a vote, mate. Because I'm the one financially supporting this hobby. You're not. You're some dude in Nottingham. Some idiot who clearly doesn't know anything about 40k. Do you know why? I've got clear evidence why. I'll show you now. Have a look. I'll show you now. I've got clear evidence. There it is. There it is. In terms of 40k, you're a fucking retard. So why would I give a shit what you say? Alright? Listening to Games Workshop about Warhammer 40,000 is like listening to a woman talk about football. They don't know what they're talking about. So why would you care? Why would you give them a platform? They don't get an opinion. Cut them out. Goodbye. Alright? Anyway. I love you all a long time. I'll see you tomorrow for some more Hobby Nightmares. I'm going to go have some sedatives. I think I can hear my missus outside thinking, oh my god. She's waiting with the hot towel. So I'm going to go and... kick the ever-living daylights out of her. I'll have a punch bag at the gym, and I will be back tomorrow with some more hobby nightmares, alright? Love you a long time, speak to you soon. And by the way, your hobby is yours, not theirs. Take comfort in that, and know that no matter what they do, that's never going to change, alright? Alright, love you, bye now.